Welcome back to my cat grooming salon. This is Sabrina. She's a 20-point Himalayan. And if you can believe it, she is going to turn 19 at the end of this month. So I have been grooming her since I opened, and several of my certified feline master groomer friends have groomed her before me. And so Sabrina is a very fancy little kitty, but she is also a high maintenance breed, our Himalayans, but she's kept in full coat, which I love. So we're going to start with just a tiny bit of face trimming. She has more of a doll face, which means I don't really need to trim very much in the center of her face, but I do like to do just the kind of outer corners, and that just helps to really accentuate the roundness of her eyes, whereas a lot of cats have almond-shaped eyes. Then I'm going to do her nail trim. Elderly cats can develop very thick, overgrown nails, so it's really important that they get trimmed regularly. This happens because cat nails kind of have dead outer layers, and when they're younger or more active, they can shed those layers, but older cats, it's not shed as easily, so it looks like they're very thick. Then I do kind of a mini sanitary trim for her, which is just under the tail, and now we're going to go to the tub. Now with her, I'm not usually a fan of kind of what's referred to as bucket bathing in the industry. However, her coat is very, very thick, and there's a lot of dead hair, especially around her legs. And so I'm going to let her soak in a little bit of a warm bath with some degreaser. And while she's soaking, I'm going to do a little bit around her face. Now I'm very careful to make sure I'm not spraying any water directly into her eyes, ears, nose, or mouth. It looks that I'm kind of just blasting her in the face, but my hands kind of cover above her eyes. You can see right there. And I also make sure to kind of come down on either side of her cheeks. She's not very thrilled about it, but she is a good kitty. So I always like to kind of come from the back to make sure that I'm not going directly into those nose areas. Then I'll remove her from the soak and rinse her off, and then I'll do my normal 2 washes, starting with my F&T degreaser and then doing my Le Pooch Hypo as a second wash. Now she's going to get squeegeed out, but a lot of older kitties can get arthritis, so we're going to be very gentle with our squeegeeing. So I'm just kind of gently squeezing everything, and then we're going to wrap her in a big fluffy towel, and we're gently squeezing again. We're not rubbing. Then I'll use some saline solution to just check around her eyes, and some of the Le Pooch ear cleaner around her ears. That's my favorite for that. Then we'll use a happy hoodie, untuck her whiskers, and I kind of just wanted to show a little bit of her blow drying. This is what takes by far the longest, is to try and get everything blown dry, but when she's all done, then we'll comb everything out. Look how beautiful she looks. She is the sweetest girl, but we want to make sure everything is combed out all over. And then she's a very special kitty. She comes with her own monogrammed towel to go home with. Thanks so much for watching. Follow me for more cat grooming videos.